Hey everyone, this is Greg and this is my getfoil.com eFoil review. As you can see, I have quite the setup for this thing. I got it early fall last year, one of the original pre-orders. So the only option at that time was the 5/8 board I have there and the Fresh POW. I have a 40 amp battery and the classic wing. And I've ridden this thing hundreds of times. I ride it 1 to 2 times every day, weather permitting. So I have to be one of the people with the most rides on this one so far. As you can see, I launch this thing from the beach every day. I jam it right down in that sand. I push it in with the wing. Later you'll see some other incidents I've had with this thing, and it's held up pretty well. The only damage I have on the board was actually from the very first day. I got it when I pulled it out of the box, and I was excited. I hit the rail on the top of my garage and chipped off some of the white finish there. And it was right on the tip of the board that gets jammed into that sand, and it hasn't even gotten worse. And it doesn't affect the performance of the board. Here you can see I'm entering the water right from the beach. It's pretty easy. If you have a little bit of leg strength, it's not that heavy if you know how to handle it. And I'm very happy with that and the weight there. There are new foils. So there's the Foil X and the Foil R they just announced. Check them out. This is the stats on the foil I have now with the classic wing. And then there's the X and the R. And the X is for extra and the R is for racing. And both of those are 4/8 boards. I love this thing. I'll tell you, the classic wing, I'd never ridden a foil before. It took me a couple rides to get up surfing. Within 5 rides, I was touching and going. And then from there, I kind of just flew longer and longer. And now it's second nature. I ride this thing for upwards of an hour and a half without falling and flying most of the time. And with that, I get about 1.5 hours, as I said, battery life at the 40 amp. Now I am flying this and cruising, and that's on a flat day, but you can easily get an hour plus out of this, even when you're learning and you're kind of dogging it and not flying it. So a lot of fun there. Now, what do I not like? Luckily, most of these have been fixed. So I would say my primary issue is the sound of the board, and that has been fixed with a software update. But you have to send the battery in, and all the new boards, I think, since December, and of course, any going forward already have that software update that makes the whistle a lot more quiet. Honestly, it wasn't a problem until I started making videos. I didn't even notice it because I wear headphones out there. Now, I ride this in chop. I've ridden it in up to about 3 foot seas. 1 to 2 is a lot of fun for me. Here you can see this is about 1 to 1.5. When I was out there that day, the drone was actually having a little bit of trouble in the wind, but I was flying just fine around. Now, as I've said, the whistle is an issue, and that has been fixed. The only other issue I have was that first day with the finish and chipping the finish. I don't know if I hit the rail just right, but that chip seemed a little bit easy there. Eventually, I definitely do recommend that exposed carbon fiber board. That if you worry too much about a finish. But honestly, just like with my surfboards, if they get used, they're going to get a little dinged up, and that's fine. And again, the only damage I have on this thing is it's from out of the water in transport. So, and here soon you'll see I actually just recently plowed through a large tarpon. Absolutely no damage to the board, no problem there. I was a little bit worried. Especially because at first I thought it was a shark. I saw a dorsal fin as I was flying through the air. And here I'm cruising at only about 12, 14 miles per hour. I can fly this very easily. About 170 pounds, just for reference there. I definitely give the board 5 out of 5, and that's why here you'll see I've ordered another. I love this. I want to be out on the water, not trading off with my friends. So I bought a 4.8 with the 50 amp battery this time, so I get even more range, and the 170 high aspect wing. So excited to get that here shortly in April. But obviously I give this 5 stars, and it's one of the best buys I've ever made. And I'm going to leave you now with some footage of my girlfriend learning, and you can see some of her progression as well as some drone footage of a friendly other foil owner we ran into while out in the water.